Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Sam. This is Bolt from the Blue Tarot. We're going to hop into a reading for you. I've got the Modern Witch Tarot deck here. Grab a card from this deck. That's fast. Speaking of fast, we got the Knight of Swords. Coming in hot. Not as hot as the Knight of Wands, but pretty hot. This feels like a white hot sort of discernment. All right, let's see. We're going to hop into a deck of storytelling cards for children. I've made this joke before, but the box said that it was only for 3+, so I figure you have to have had at least 3 spiritual awakenings to use this deck. At least for divination, right? Okay. All right, so we've got 2 children here on this card, playing in a field perhaps, and there's a line that has been drawn in the sand between them. Looks like they are drawing it. Like moving from the middle, they're both moving backwards to draw this line. Any more from here? I think so. All right. So in this case, the 2 children are carrying a ladder between them, and there's 2 monkeys playing on the ladder. Interesting. More from here. All right, guys. I'm going to pull some from these divinatory scrolls now. So let's see what wants to come out from here. I'm just going to kind of shuffle these up, fan them out, and choose one that is for the best in this reading. What wants to come out from here, Spirit, to tell your story? It's this one. More from here. This is it. So, sorry guys, I've been given some interesting arrangements recently, and I have to kind of figure out where these pieces go. I think this is it. So, from this scroll, I always get a lot of musical energy. Whether you see it as jazz with the saxophones that I see here, or like music composition. I've had Mozart stuck in my head for the past few hours. I think it's the 25th. Mozart's 25th, but there's an energy of musical composition here, of things moving rhythmically. Like, you know, when someone uses one of those metronomes to keep the time as they play music, play a musical instrument. What is that called in music? I'm not a very musical person, guys. Is it a music signature? That rate? Have I made that up? Time signature. Time signature. There's an energy of will they, won't they here, sort of like in terms of a collaboration. The Knight of Swords is sitting in the middle here, and they are making this decision. Between these two energies, moving towards one over the other. And it's this latter energy that you're moving towards, or you're being encouraged to move towards, where I think so there's some sort of, I hope I have got that term right, time signature. That's at play here. It's like you and this other person, you and this community, you and this other energy. You can play beautiful music if you're both on the same time signature. You can collaborate in a way that lifts others up as well as helps each other. This way, where you're both holding the different ends of the ladder. But you know, when you're carrying a piece of furniture, or in this case, a ladder with two monkeys on it, there's a degree to which you have to sync up your steps with the other person. Or it has to move sort of rhythmically. When this deck has come out in the past, the monkeys have always been Real troublemakers, these little blue monkeys. Sometimes they're representative of the ego or the monkey mind. In this case, I'm getting that they're your shadow elements. Like one of these monkeys belongs to you, and one of these monkeys belongs to your collaborator here. I don't know why. For a second, I was like thinking about saying your co-conspirator. Maybe you guys are using this ladder to break into a bank or something. No, that's not what this reading is about. It's about making beautiful music. If you're both on the same time signature. There's a way in which you can move forward together where your shadow elements, like if you move in step, it's like you can raise up each other's shadows to be visible. Yeah. To a degree, that's sort of like being able to see each other's blind spots. And I think with the way I described this line in the sand being drawn, it's like instead of a ladder, metaphorically, what are we talking about here with the line? Lines divide, they separate. And when I was talking about them moving backwards, there's a way in which if you're not walking in lockstep, if you're not collaborating, you're drawing this line between you farther and farther apart. You're just moving backwards. And you're both really low to the ground. You see that as well? Imagine yourself from the perspective of one of these children really fast, and just how much of the other person can you see? Like you can only really see their head and their arms. Like you can see what they do in relation to you, and you can see like what their everything that's kicking around their headspace, or like what comes out of their mouth. But you can't see what's lower down. Like you can't see what's hiding underneath. And I mean, like, this is worth doing because these are two shadows that actually, in the same way that your higher selves can walk together in unison, your shadows also can. Like these monkeys are not big smiles on their faces. One of them is clearly looking at one kid and one is looking at the other. They're like, oh yeah, this is actually nice. Like it's nice to play with a compatible shadow. But yeah, there's a way in which they both of these people, these children, are aware of the other's shadow, and there's enough trust for one of them to not even be facing it, right? Like there's I don't know, it's like we see each other's shadows, we understand them, we don't fear them, we don't shy away from them, we don't let them trigger one another, right? When they do come out together, it's to play. And yeah, I just think that this Knight of Swords in their white hot discernment is like, hell nah. There's a lot of potential in this collaboration, and I choose to view it as productive. I choose to uplift it and myself and my shadow. Like all boats are going to rise together in this collaboration, be it an artistic collaboration. Maybe this music is literal, right? Or maybe this is just a beautiful symphony of energies. Maybe this is a business partner or a relationship, a romantic relationship. This could be a lot of different things, but I don't know. This maybe, maybe this is, maybe these are your inner children, right? Maybe this is your inner child. This is their inner child, right? Since this might be the grown-up version of her, right? And there might be a way that your inner children play well together as well as your shadows. You might be like, I don't see how these things are compatible, but they are. There's a certain kind of rhythm, chemistry, if you can work with it, right? It might not be the rhythm that you have in mind. It might not be the rhythm that they have in mind. It might be a larger, greater, more universal rhythm. Like you want to tango, they want to samba, and the universe is like, oh no, guys, this is a waltz. Like the reason you don't think this, the reason you don't see the potential here is because you're wanting to do different dances. Recently it's been a lot of 3-4 card readings from different decks. And when they come out, at first I'm always like, what am I going to make of this? But then I get pulled in, and it's actually, there's quite a bit going on here. I'm just noticing the camouflage jacket on her. With this camo, I think there's I don't think that's being encouraged. I think there's you might be tempted to, okay, I'll be in my higher self. I'll indulge the inner child. I will head towards collaboration as the highest path. But then Spirit's like, hey, you're rushing into this and you're still wearing your camo. Like you're hiding part of yourself, right? Or feeling like you need to obscure some part of yourself. And I don't know, just attune to this card really fast and notice the authenticity here. Everyone in this card is just being themselves, authentically them. And that's like what allows it to work, right? Your authentic self and their authentic selves make this beautiful music. But there's a certain way in which this camo is protective, right? It's like this, yeah, I'll rush headlong into this, but I'm not going to give it my all on some level, like subconscious even, like I'm going to sabotage it on purpose to prove that this was never going to work, because actually I just want a samba and I don't want to do any other dance, and no one can tell me different. And it's like part of you might want to collaborate while the other part is like, and I won't contribute what is most precious and valuable. But they're holding this ladder at equal heights, sort of a thing. You both have tremendous potential in terms of your authenticity. You and this other energy, you and this group, whatever this is. But if one of you is less than authentic, then, you know, one of these shadows falls out and starts picking on the other, and then the monkeys are fighting on the ladder, and then one end is being held up higher than the other, and it gets wonky, and then someone can't see, and people start tripping, and they're walking to different beats. With the time signature coming through with this musical scroll, I also think there's like this energy of divine timing as well. Like, I don't know if it's music. It might be like, well, the person I'm thinking about collaborating with is a rad bassist, but they're having, like, I don't know, money problems right now to the degree that they had to sell their bass and, you know, to pay rent or something. And I just don't see how this person can contribute. If, like, I need a bass player, I don't need a bass player who doesn't have a bass, you know? And this is coming through to say, like, hey, there's divine timing involved here. Maybe in the absence of their bass, they pick up another instrument that they actually secretly shred on, and they don't even know. Maybe they feel maybe they use that time without the bass that they would normally spend practicing learning how to mix audio, and all of a sudden, when they do get their bass back, right? Because they're going to get their bass back. When they get the bass back, now you have a rad bassist who also knows how to mix audio. You know, that's a very random example. That is not from my personal life. However, it may be that you can't see someone's potential right now, or that you're like, Sam, there's no ladder. You know, like, I don't know what this is for me, man. There's no ladder. And Spirit's like, oh, the ladder just isn't there yet, but it's coming. As long as both of you are willing to continue down this path of collaboration. There's an openness involved here. Yeah, you know that openness that little kids have before a certain age. You could call it lack of discernment, but they're mostly like looking at the other people that they would have to judge are other little kids who are also in a state of radical acceptance, you know? So, because they're close to spirit. They're close to spirit. Anywho, I think that's about it. Oh, big yawn coming through for someone. This is healing to hear this. This is moving energy for someone. Maybe me. Maybe both of us. Maybe all of us. Okay. Anything else from here? No, I think that's the reading. Thanks for sticking around, guys. I know that had a timing all its own. So I appreciate you being here. If you're new here, please do like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And if you liked the name of the video, then telepathically send me the name of the video, the one that you're watching right now, my video. Send me the name. I always ask Spirit what to call the video so that it finds the correct people. If you stuck through this and you're like, yeah, this is my reading, you're most likely the correct people, okay? So this is a little bit of a time signature kind of experiment here. If you didn't like the video's title, send a video title that you would prefer to click on. Actually, no. Everyone send me the title of the video now. And because it got you to click on it, right? So we'll create a little bit of a loop here. The Time Traveler's Paradox. You know, it was always going to be called that because it was always called that because you guys sent me the name of the video, so that's what I called it. Yeah, let's work with that. All right, guys, thanks for experimenting with me. I will see you in the next one. I'm going to go name the video right now.